Now, we will have control of Montauban village by 11 a.m. The field kitchens will be following. We'll be able to provide you all with a hot meal. I want to assure you, men, that success is guaranteed. Casualties are expected to be no more than 10%.
Hi everyone, I'm Johnny, and today we're taking a look at The Trench from 1999. This niche film should be interesting to anyone who follows World War I history. The film focuses on life in a British trench in the 48 hours leading up to the Battle of the Somme, one of the deadliest battles in human history. The film will likely attract many viewers based on the cast, featuring Daniel Craig and Cillian Murphy, but the acting in the film is toned down and subtle. There are no dramatic events outside what you'd expect inside a World War I trench. There is no romance, no unbelievable conflict between the troops, and no unrealistic heroic battle scenes. As such, the film will not appeal to everyone, but its almost mundane presentation is also a strength. The objectives of the film are obvious and unwavering, a realistic sense of what it might have been like in a World War I trench 48 hours before a big push over the top. The tension, the banter, and the steady reminder of death feels very real. Men in these trenches faced boredom, terror, rats, mud, good and bad leadership. They made best friends and lost others. They laughed together and struggled through depression together. The Battle of the Somme, also known as the Somme Offensive, was a significant battle during the First World War, taking place July 1, 1916, ending November 18, 1916, lasting just over 4 months. The battle took place along a 40-kilometer front on the River Somme in northern France. More than 3 million men took part in the battle, and of these men, more than 1 million were killed or wounded. In British history, the battle, in particular the opening day of the battle, is significant. On July 1, 1916, the British Army sustained 57,000 plus casualties, making it the bloodiest day in British military history. In total during the battle, the British suffered 420,000 casualties. Despite the loss of life, the battle ultimately failed to quickly break the deadlock on the Western Front, though the Germans also suffered heavy casualties, upwards of 600,000 men, about the same as the French and British combined during the battle. The Germans would eventually withdraw to the Hindenburg Line in March of 1917. Adding to the gravity of the battle was the nature of British battalions going over the top. Many of these battalions had yet to see major action, and many of these battalions were PALS battalions, a uniquely British phenomenon. In order to grow Britain's volunteer army, many men early in the war were encouraged to enlist by being allowed to serve alongside their friends, relatives, and workmates. After the Somme, entire communities of young men were wiped out together, devastating their hometowns. The trench gives the viewer a chance to meet these men before they ultimately go over the top. The film isn't about the actual battle, and the eventual attack on the German lines is only a few moments in the film. If you viewed this movie not knowing about the Somme, it wouldn't be hard to find the movie uninteresting. The movie does little to explain the military situation. But if you understand that the large majority of these men are going to die or be seriously wounded, the movie becomes more gripping. It's respectable these days to see a film that doesn't try to add drama, romance, heroism, or agenda to history. This is about as clear-cut of a short and sweep snapshot of the experience of a few believable soldiers, 48 hours in the trenches before the big, insane push into the meat grinder. Alright, I'm Johnny. Thank you for watching. If you are a World War I history buff, you might want to give The Trench a try. It's free to watch on YouTube last time I checked. Temper your expectations for the movie. Maybe consider watching a documentary on the Somme before you watch the film. That might give you a greater appreciation for the slow build-up. Anyway, do take care. Have a nice rest of your day. And like and subscribe if you want.